This is Andrew Marwede, and he's slowly becoming one of the best putters on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. As you can see from these clips right here, the young disc golfer was once sponsored by Innova, but his new sponsor, DGA, has gotten him into peak form, now putting with a steady BL. Take a look at some of these stats. In 2019, this is his Circle 1 numbers. He finished in 6th place, making just 85% of his putts, which isn't bad at all. But if we go to the same year, just take it a circle back to Circle 2, you're gonna see that he finished in 10th place, making 30% of his Circle 2 putts. So really solid numbers. Both his Circle 1 and Circle 2 putting percentages are inside the top 10. So that's really good. But in 2020, he improved big time in Circle 1, finishing in first place. Now, granted, there is a 4-way tie here between Clvin Heimburg, Thomas Earhart, and Ezra Robinson at 88% Circle 1 putting percentage, but he went from 6th place in 2019 to 2020 first place, which is just astounding numbers. And then if we go ahead and take it outside the circle, remember his putting percentage last year was at 30, now he's hitting at 32, so slowly increasing his numbers there, and that got him 8th place in Circle 2 putts made. Now let's go ahead and jump a year to 2021 and take a look at his Circle 1 putting stats. This year, Corey Ellis and him are tied for first place once again. So back-to-back years, Marwede is just tied for first place at 90% this time. So again, he's just improving that number in Circle 1. Circle 2, you're gonna see that he actually didn't even finish in the top 10. He did make him at 30%, which would have gotten him top 10 in previous years, but in 2021, he dropped outside the top 10. Now let's go ahead and move to this last year, 2022, and you're gonna see that his numbers were just insane. He finished in first place once again in Circle 1 putting at 92%. So if Marwede is in the circle, you're pretty much saying, all right, this dude's got a birdie or a cleanup par, whatever it is. But the even more astounding thing is I think he took it a little bit personal finishing in, outside the top 10 in Circle 2 last year, because this past year, he finished in 2nd place behind Cameron Merschmidt. But Merschmidt only played 6 Pro Tour events compared to Marwede's 19 Pro Tour events. So Marwede played 19 Pro Tour events and was hitting Circle 2 putts at 38%. Really good numbers there. So why is nobody talking about the 25-year-old DGA sponsored player? If we take a look at these results really quick, you're going to see that in 2019, he only had one top 10 finish. And then in 2020, you're only going to see another one-time top 10 finish, only finishing in 3rd at Idlewild. But in 2021, he took a big step up in his game. I think this is when he signed that contract with DGA. You're going to see a 9th place finish, a 4th place finish, a 2nd, 7th, and 5th place finish. And he was starting to make a little bit of a name for himself. But then 2022 kind of hit, and even though he had astounding numbers in 2022, he didn't even place all that well outside the Discraft Great Lakes Open, which is the only top 10 finish of the year for him. But that doesn't mean we can't learn anything from arguably one of the best putters on tour. In an interview with Ace Run Productions, Marwede said that confidence and following through on your putts is the biggest tip that he would have to give to somebody. Check this out.
Yeah, I think my biggest tip is confidence, and then going hand in hand with that is how to make their putt and how to be confident is all about follow through.
So how do we practice confidence? How does that relate to the course? How can we get better at confidence? Well, it really all boils down to 2 things. The number 1 thing that we need to do is we need to follow through with our putts. And the number 2 thing that we need to do is we need to commit to our putts. Now, the biggest thing that we can do when it comes to putting is following through with our putt. It gives us instant feedback on whether the putt was good, whether it was online, or whether it was just actually trash. So that is the biggest thing. And he compares this to basketball. You always want to follow through with your shot, your free throw, whatever it is. So really the same thing goes with putting. You want to line up your putt, and instead of just jerking it down like that, even though I made that, I probably couldn't replicate that again because I just went up and went back down. You need to really follow through, shake hands with the basket, as Scott Stokely would say, and that'll give you instant feedback because I can see my thumb, my pointer finger is directly at the middle of the basket. So that's tip number 1. So really, if you want to take your next step up in your game, in your disc golf game, is you have to commit to your putts, is what Andrew Marwede says. He simply wants you to follow through, and he simply wants you to commit to your putt. If you want to take that next jump out of MA4, MA3, MA2, whatever it is, commit to your putt, because all we're doing is hitting basket, we're hitting, rim or whatever. If we're hitting basket or we're hitting pole, we don't really give ourselves a chance at making the putt. So we have to simply aim for chains, aim for band, and be okay with a 15, 20-foot comebacker putt. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. Commit to my putt, make that one. And even though I probably don't hit that one, I hit chains, I gave it a chance, I committed to it, and now I know what I need to work on. So this is a great example of committing to the putt. I'm outside circle one, so I can jump putt, I can step putt, whatever you feel comfortable with. But all I wanna do is give this one a chance of going in. I don't care if I go 10, 15 feet long, because I wanna be confident enough in coming back and doing that. So I'm gonna follow through, and I'm gonna give this one a chance. Hit band, which means you gave it a chance. If you hit basket, no chance of it going in. Nice. So this right here is Reedy Creek hole 14 basket. And if you know anything about this, this is a massive drop off, probably talking about 20, 30 feet. You can see my disc landed here. And this is gonna be the last instance where I'm gonna say you have to commit to your putt. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You're gonna commit to your putt, and you are going to follow through to see what actually happens. Band, got lucky. Ooh, that's gone.